you introduce yourself?
So yes, my name is Ismail Mietzel. I'm from Germany, from Fasberg. That's close to Hermannsburg, and Hermannsburg is close to Celle, and Celle is close to Hanover. So yes, I think that's enough for about me. So I had an interesting question, and the professor,
Grammenos Mastrojeni.
yes. Answered me. So maybe it's also interesting for you. So I asked him about the determinism of Laplace. You maybe know what that is. It simply means that all are like in mathematic um, mechanism. That means that we as humans don't have like a freedom to do what way we want. It's always influenced by many varieties, and these varieties are also influenced, and I think you know what I want to tell you. So I asked him about that, and the capitalism as somehow in part of a natural selection, um, and the natural selection also is in part of the determinism of Laplace. So the capitalism will also find a way to make us consume something, and to grow. And what he said is very interesting, because the capitalism has to understand that the freedom of all humans, and the um, ability to save our planet is more they'll make more money for them, for the capitalists, than the way we now use the earth. So yes, he is also in determinist, and there is only one hope for the planet and for us as humans. We have to hope that the determinism of Laplace and the natural selection will bring us to the conclusion that we have to change our life. And so, not from our free via freie Entscheidung, what's that?
Decision.
From our free decision, not from our free decision, from this determinism of Laplace. So from the nature law. Thank you.
I thank you so much. So, Grammenos, we are going on with Ismail and his reflections. So, okay.
And maybe one more question.
Yes, please.
Am I able to use the piano?
I think you may, yes, but after the conference.
Okay.
Now, okay? So, thank you.
Okay.
We will begin now. We are connected, Malak, and would you like to say something to all our who are connected? So, Malak, please, can you introduce yourself? You are the ones who made the most mobilities, so the free mobilities, isn't it? Can you please describe your experience? Would you like to do this? Your first, second, and third during the break. Thank you so much. Malak, please.
So I've been to 3 mobilities so far, and my first one was in Czech Republic in Tabor, and it was really cool. Tabor is a city that is situated close to Prague. It's like 1 hour train, and yeah, I had a really amazing time there. My second mobility was last year in München, in Germany, and
And Dachau.
yeah, in Dachau, because the main goal of that mobility was the visit at the concentration camp in Dachau, because the culture of remembrance was the main topic. And this year I've been to Tenerife in Spain. And yeah, I just got back this Saturday, and I had an amazing time there too. It was simply amazing, and I had a lot of fun. So yeah, I think that Erasmus experiences are a really, really great opportunity that are given to students. And yeah, I think that everyone should try one at least once in their life. And yeah, I'm really grateful for all this opportunity that I've been given. And yeah, thank you for your attention.
Yes, Malak, what is the connection you see between the lessons you Grammenos Mastrojeni and your Erasmus experience? What could you learn from the lesson? Can you apply what you heard in your concrete life or not? Or is it too distant from you?
Oh, I do think that what he said was really interesting. It wasn't even really that far from us. It seems far because quite often young people seem to not really care about climate change, but I don't think it's really like that. Young people are actually slowly realizing how important it is for our future. So, yeah. Uh, I mean,
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mark. I will introduce another contact person in the consortium, Riccardo Pedersini, who is a friend of mine, but also a psychologist. And he did a lot last year in a welcoming group from SALT and Girona. He worked a lot about mediation, which is the focus of our consortium, of our project. And I'm just asking Riccardo, what's the relationship between mediation and global citizenship?
This is not a simple question, but first of all, really nice to meet you. Uh, as Marzo said, I am starting to collaborate with the consortium. I started last year from this school and from next year from another school. I started to be involved in the concepts dealing with mediation and citizenship. I cannot tell you anything better that you just heard. The talk that we had was very insightful. My expertise is not as broad as the one of the speaker we had. As Marzi said, I am a psychologist by training, so my approach to mediation is much more specific. I study with an experimental approach what can promote cooperation among people. And so that's what I will contribute in the next years. Again, very nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Vendini, would you like to present yourself, introduce yourself? She's the teacher from Liceo Leonardo, who worked a lot about eTwinning project Leonardo's Dream, which is the first we are going to present. So Leonardo's Dream, Villarrubia de los Ojos. I give word to Mrs. Bettini. Please.
Hi, everyone. So I'm here to tell you that I've been involved in the Leonardo's Dream eTwinning project. and that's us and Spanish group. And we've been dealing with creativity, and we've been working with some teachers and students in Spain. And we have 20 something students from Leonardo dealing with this project, and some students from Gambara too.
In the
And
mobility were 5 and 5.
5 and 5, but there are many different groups working
Yes.
on different things. So we will be working on Leonardo as a creator, let's say, as okay, as Leonardo, we will be working on Leonardo da Vinci capacity of creating maps like bird fly maps, and we will apply that into the creation of some real maps for the students visiting us and going around our city. And this is all, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so
Can
I
you
think
invite your
yeah,
students?
sure. I can ask my students, the one from Leonardo's Dream, to come to the board and to introduce their experience, their mobility. I know Chloe is here and some more. So all the students in Leonardo's Dream, the one from Leonardo and the one from Gambara, I think, could join and introduce their mobility, their experience in Villarrubia de los Ojos.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Mrs. Wakeli.
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Bellini. So, sit. You can share screen. Please. Come. You will have to stay here. Okay. In front. We are waiting for a video that we made with us with the domain. That is but meanwhile we can present the presentation we made. Okay, you can show and or speak without video. Okay. Please, here you can share. Have you something to send us? Where can I send it? Yes, to the link to the conference. You should you got it yesterday. Yes. Okay. So in the meanwhile, you could say something, okay, without videos, please. We made the exchange in February. It was the it's been a really good week. We also saw some typical cities and places of Spain. We saw, for example, the city of Cordoba or the city of Toledo. We also saw the mills of Castilla and near the town. We went to school with the guys that hosted us, and we went to school for 2 days. We made some activities with students. For example, we made a virtual reality experience about Leonardo da Vinci. We also ate some typical plates of Spain, for example, the paella, made by the professor, the Spanish professor that was working with us. And now we can show you the presentation. Okay, this is the presentation. This is the sanctuary we saw the first day. So this is when we took our flight the first day.
and when we arrived in Villarrubia. This is the paella we ate the first day, and when we went out in the evening. Spanish people were very close to us, and they used to take us everywhere, and also they took us to meet their parents. This is a landscape of Villarrubia. This is the second day we spent at school. We went to a picnic with the Spanish guys. The next day we visited Cordoba, that is a town not a lot far from Madrid. This is the famous mosque of Cordoba, and these are the gardens, famous as well. The first day we went to a tour of Villarrubia. We saw, for example, this is the famous statue of Don Quixote. It's like 8 meters of. This is national park with, as you can see, a lake and a lot of flowers. There were a lot of fields, and we visited it. Okay. In the evening, we went to see the match between Barcelona and Napoli. Then the last excursion we made was to Consuegra to see the mills, and to Toledo. These were the mills. There were a lot of wind. And this is Toledo. This is the Gothic Cathedral of Toledo, and this is the city. So from the bridge. This was the last day of school. We made an activity about Leonardo and about our sequence. It consisted in calculating typical number that is used, for example, by the ancient architectures to make, for example, the Pantheon. We also had an escape room. We made a Kahoot quiz with questions about Italy and Spain. And this is the virtual reality experience. We also saw some typical dances of Spain, made by, for example, the professor, but also from the middle students. And this was when the last day we took the plane from Madrid back to Italy, and we went back home. And thank you. And when the video will come to us, we will show it to you. Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to something. 30 minutes to reflect about this experience. So it's not just a description of your journey, it's an Erasmus Plus mobility for learning. What did you learn during this experience? Not you, one of the others. Thank you. One of the other participants could answer. So please come. Thank you so much. What did you learn?
Probably the biggest thing I learned was about to change my habits, to stay with other people, and to accept the cultural things about their own lives. And actually, it wasn't such a bad thing. I really enjoyed it, and it was really nice to understand their lives, the activities that were different from the Italian ones, but I think I learned how to adapt my person to other situation without any problems. And then, of course, I learned more about English. It was the language I spoke with my host group, and I don't know Spanish, so I had to speak just in English, and I tried my best to make clear what I wanted to say, and she really tried to. So I think the biggest thing I've learned are the cultural aspects about their own lives and how to adapt myself to this. And characteristics of English, like in another context and not just in this school.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we have a question. Still have time to okay, you sent the video. I will give the video as material, okay, together with the recording of this day. Thank you so much. I invite now Marmande, Mobility. A group mobility of 10 students went last week together with Mr. Andrea Rossini. Would you like to introduce the group? Andrea, thank you so much. From Liceo Gambara. Please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrea Rossini, and I'm a teacher at Gambara High School. I accompanied Erasmus to Marmande from 3 to 9 March with 10 students. I thank all parties who made this mobility concrete. I agree with the words of the principal of Marmande High School. People build too many walls and never enough bridges. My teacher said that taking a step towards other people is always a risk. When I move my foot, I lose my balance for a moment, but it's the only condition to meeting other. If I have to choose a key word, I say sharing. Now the students present the dissemination, and thank you so much.
Posso far partire? Ok. Allora, you can share it. You come here. Okay. And then you go to your presentation. Okay. Can you speak? Someone else? While is she looking for the presentation? Can you come here and speak? Where is the microphone? Two. Okay. Okay, can you speak while she's looking for the presentation? Yes? Speak.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Chiara Costa, and I'm Liceo Gambara. And today we're here to explain to you the mobility that we've done in Marmande in France from the 3rd of March. And we left in 10 students, all of primary classes and schools, and we didn't know each other. And we were greeted by 10 such students, and that they our correspondents, and we will host them in Italy from the 27th of April to the 4th of May. And the thing that we are covered where the sustainability and the well-being and the culture of the remembrance.
Culture of remembrance. Okay.
There was the part in the video.
Yes.
But I'm waiting for
so
the-
would you like to say something? She has got problem with the connection. Would you like to say something? And then we will see your presentation. Please. Take your microphone and speak.
Esatto.
So,
Sì, sto aspettando che mi arrivi la mail.
please.
Good morning, I'm Francesca Stefano.
Here.
Devi venire qua. No, devi venire qua.
Esatto.
I'm Leonardo, good morning. I'm sorry. Okay, now, here's Jordan. Vai.
Okay,
Jordan Melini.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Giorgia Melini from Liceo Gambara. From Liceo Gambara. And
Niente.
okay.
I'm Lia Lesi from Scientific High School of.
But do they see the one in the meeting? They okay.
You have to share a screen.
Okay.
Non è in alto. Ah, hai. Sì.
Okay.
Ma vi volevo far presentare. Volevate presentarvi tutti?
No, comunque iniziamo.
Ok.
I'm Sara. So, and now I will talk about the first day. The first day was dedicated to the third point of
Bonjour tout le monde, siamo a Bordeaux, questo è il primo giorno, è lunedì.
Aspetta.
4 marzo. Come potete vedere i palazzi sono molto simili.
Si sta How can I go back? Because it doesn't go down. Non scende.
Come go back?
Go down. I wanted to say.
You're here.
No, yes, here. I put the video on the whole screen.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
Okay.
Yes. No, I can see it. Okay. Esatto, non l'ho visto.
Questo è il primo giorno, è lunedì 4 marzo. Come potete vedere i palazzi sono molto simili a quelli di Parigi. Infatti l'architetto che ha ricostruito Parigi ha preso ispirazione da questa città per rimodernare Parigi. In questo momento ci troviamo sulla rive gauche. La rive gauche è la parte più signorile della città, mentre la rive droite ha subito una grande trasformazione. Infatti era soltanto la parte industriale della città, mentre adesso è stata riqualificata ed è diventata un quartiere ecosostenibile. Bordeaux era una città di scambio degli schiavi, le navi partivano con degli schiavi e tornavano con beni come vaniglia, cacao ed altri. Questo è tutto per la rive gauche, ci rivediamo sulla rive droite. Salut à tout le monde, ci troviamo in un giardino condiviso, qui troviamo degli orti, molta natura che un po' tutto il paese può condividere. Oltre a questi giardini botanici possiamo trovare tante esperienze ecosostenibili come i pannelli fotovoltaici su tutte le case o anche i motorini elettrici. L'animo sostenibile di Bordeaux si vede anche nel suo riutilizzo di palazzi già costruiti. Ad esempio questo è un vecchio silos che è stato riabilitato come un hotel. Ci troviamo alle Givre de l'Art, che un tempo era un mattatoio di marina, ora invece è diventato un luogo di convivialità. È stato affidato a un artista, uno scultore di metallo, che ha appunto trasformato questo luogo in un posto pieno d'arte. Infatti il nome Le Givre de l'Art riprende sia il verbo vivere, quindi vivere i momenti, i colori e poi anche il cibo. E infatti qui oltre a spettacoli, mercatini ci si raccoglie anche intorno all'arte.
The first day in Bordeaux was dedicated to the third point of Agenda 2030, sustainability and well-being. Bordeaux is a city with a lot of trees, and the houses of Bordeaux have a lot of windows to use the sunlight and to use less electricity. The things that really impressed me is that in Bordeaux there is gardens that the people of the same neighborhood share, and they can plant some vegetables. And I think that is a really good idea because it's a thing that really help the environment, but also create a place of meeting people. And also we visited the Darwin ecosystem, that is a place that is adapted to be a new place of meeting. It was a spire, and now is a place with a lot of restaurants and skate rink and more. I think that is a really good thing because there's a lot of places, some polo that are unused, some polos are in shop, and I think that we can do this also in Brescia, and I think that Bordeaux also had me to understand that the creativity can to give to buildings.
Buongiorno, questo è il secondo giorno e iniziamo benissimo con una colazione nella Maison des Lycéens con una cioccolatine, come si dice nel sud della Francia, e un croissant. Come abbiamo detto ci troviamo nella Maison des Lycéens, che è un luogo adibito ai liceali, appunto. Ci sono dei calcibarilla, e in questo luogo gli studenti si possono ritrovare per studiare, chiacchierare e fare altro. Abbiamo incontrato il preside che ci ha fatto un discorso di benvenuto e ha detto una citazione, ovvero che gli uomini costruiscono troppi ponti e pochi muri, ma con Erasmus Plus si costruiscono dei ponti, e pensiamo sia magnifico e molto vero. Le parole del preside vengono rispecchiate in un affresco di un artista locale che rappresenta appunto l'Europa unita da questo ponte, che è il ponte di Marmande, e appunto l'artista vuole proprio rappresentare l'unione che c'è attraverso l'Erasmus Plus. E qui abbiamo anche una poesia di Victor Hugo che ci ricorda quanto essere uniti ci porti anche alla libertà. Stiamo entrando nel salone di documentazione e informazione del Liceo di Marmande. Nell'angolo qui a sinistra, questo è un angolo dedicato all'orientamento. Infatti ci sono delle riviste appunto sull'orientamento e 2 volte a settimana ci sono degli specialisti che ti aiutano nella scelta della tua scuola futura. Alcuni professori utilizzano questi spazi ricchi di libri da poter prendere in prestito, anche per fare delle sieste letterarie, che sarebbero dei pisolini letterari. Infatti alcuni professori arrivano in questo luogo per leggere degli estratti dei libri, delle novelle ai loro alunni, e permettergli sì di rilassarsi ma anche di avvicinarsi al mondo della lettura, che è sempre più distante dalla nostra generazione. Questi libri possono essere presi in prestito per 3 settimane, ma il tempo può essere anche allungato. Ci sono divanetti dove ci si può rilassare, e la professoressa francese ha paragonato questa siesta letteraria al fatto dei genitori che leggono le storie ai bambini prima di metterli a dormire, che è una cosa molto dolce da parte sua. Adesso ci troviamo in una specie di scuola professionale che si fa dopo il liceo e insegna a fare dei lavori. In queste stanze gli alunni possono fondere i metalli per poi avere delle idee, fare dei materiali e utilizzare questi materiali. Per esempio, questa qua è una casa fatta con la proiezione del girasole, che infatti segue la luce solare girando e permettendo così lo sfruttamento della luce, del calore e di utilizzare meno elettricità. Qui ci troviamo all'altro liceo tecnico della plasturgia, infatti questi ragazzi si occupano di studiare tutta la materia plastica e imparano a costruire diversi oggetti in plastica. Come possiamo vedere si stanno preparando per un esame e stanno provando a costruire degli skateboard sempre in plastica e poi hanno costruito anche sistemato kayak e poi in questa scuola è molto importante la sicurezza, infatti cercano sempre di far ricordare agli alunni la sicurezza sul lavoro, che poi molto spesso nelle industrie non insegnano.
Qui siamo adesso a Marmande, una città che conta quasi 18.000 abitanti. È una città famosa per i pomodori, che però prima era famosa per le prugne invece. Però per parlare di questa città dobbiamo tornare alla storia. Questa città, quando si pensa a questa città si pensa all'aroma del legno. Questo perché prima era una foresta e rappresenta un fiume qua che tuttavia adesso non c'è più, ma c'è invece la mura. E questa città era circondata da queste mura che si chiamavano Mirmunda ed ecco perché Marmande.
In questo momento ci troviamo davanti alla chiesa principale di Marmande. In realtà questa è stata la seconda chiesa costruita, la prima è molto più piccola e per questo questa è la più importante. Questa chiesa è particolarmente celebre perché durante il solstizio d'estate la luce attraversa il rosone e dipinge le pareti tutte di una luce viola. Questa chiesa inoltre originariamente aveva una puglia, ma è stata utilizzata come magazzino per la polvere da sparo durante il Rinascimento e un fulmine l'ha colpita ed è esplosa. Il fulmine l'ha colpita perché? Perché sulla sommità della puglia c'era un gallo di rame che ha attirato il fulmine facendolo esplodere. Questo gallo oggi è stato ricostruito e tutte le volte viene aggiunta una targhetta con la data di quando è stato colpito dal fulmine.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Francesca Stefana, and today here Italian International System. The Italian International System differs in various aspects from the organization to the teaching methods. For what concerns the organization, the Italian system is followed by an elementary school, which lasts 5 years, lower secondary school, which lasts, and an upper school, which lasts. For what concerns France, slightly different. In fact, the elementary school lasts years, while the secondary school is for Ash, which lasts 4 years, and Lycée, which lasts 3 years. This means that the French students and high school are earlier than the Italian one. Even the counting of classes is very different. But when you enter college, it's easier, and from that class onward, the counting goes backwards. So until you reach the penultimate year of high school, which is called primaire, and the last year of high school is called terminale. And at the end of it, you take an exam, which is called baccalaureate, and it's similar to the Italian. Another significant difference is the school schedule, because they attend school from Monday to Friday, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., except on Wednesday, because they finish school at noon. Every 6 or 7 weeks of school, they have 2 weeks of vacation in addition to the 2 months summer holiday that are in July and in August. In Italian schools, it is often the teacher who moves between classrooms while the students remain in the same room for multiple lessons. Instead, in France, students change classrooms depending on the subject that they have to attend. These subjects are called specialties, and a student can choose from a wide range of courses starting from high school, such as advanced English, German, Spanish, Italian, and even the scientific subject. Instead, in Italy, the subjects studied cannot be chosen because they are strictly related to the type of high school that they have choose. I think that the fact that in France you can choose the subject that you want to attend later than here in Italy, it's a good thing because what to think about it, and so you can put in the time of the choice that you have more awareness. And what's more, it's easier to change specialities than to change high school. So even if you make a mistake in the choosing, you can change. And what's more, I think that staying in the same class, living the same classmates for 5 consecutive years, it helps to create a strong friendships that are more difficult to create a change in class for every subject.
I think the same as Francesca about the subject choice, because choosing a high school at 14 years old, as we do in Italy, is maybe a bit early because we are still too young to know what we are really interested in and what we like. But I think the changing classroom for each lesson makes the day more dynamic, and perhaps it's right because each subject has different.
During the experience in Marmande during this afternoon, we could watch a film of Bernard Lataste that was called Return, and that talk about twinning. So it's like how are twinning, but for the countries, in fact, we understand that the twinning is often conclusion of union between 2 or more countries. In particular, in the case of the film, there is a union between Sarmede, right, an Italian country, and Cocomont, an French country, right? There were lots of testimonials, lots of witnesses, right? And they talk about the prejudice that there were in French because lots of people immigrated to Sarmede, from Sarmede to Cocomont, okay? And in fact, we have also imaged the situation of the people. So the people were forced to leave their family, the people that makes them feel good in general. And in this situation, they were subject to prejudice, and we understand that there are no difference. There must be no difference between the countries, right? And another theme, an important theme, so is the immigration and the problem, right, of integration. But another theme is the origins. In fact, the title "Return" of the title of the film "Return" talk about our return to our origins. In fact, we must welcome with the people that arrive to our countries, that immigrate to our countries, but also we must welcome with our true essence without denying it. Okay, this is the film.
Hai finito? Ah, ok, a posto. Ho tagliato i video.
I talk about the last day, the day we went to Couture to Verona. It's a town near Marmande, and also born on the Garona. Okay. Firstly, we took the bus to the town and walked to the Maison Froide de Garonne, where we met a guide who took us on a sightseeing tour of the little city. We immediately noticed that the town has a very close connection with the river nature, and for that reason, through the way in which the town is managed, we understand that they respect that the population has for the nature of the place. The villager found a way not to stop the river not to stop the river, but to slow it down during floods. In the street, there are bases that are used to install very resistant walls, so as to form small barriers.
We made a collage which represent symbolically the sense of this experience. If I had to summarize our trip in 3 words, I would choose sustainability, bonds, and memory. I chose the word sustainability because our experience revolves around this theme, first in Bordeaux and then in Cotonou. Then we saw that something for our planet in concrete is possible to do. And from little things like electric motorcycle or shared gardens to more important innovations like using or rethinking abandoned old unused buildings. The second word I chose is bonds, because I'm sure that what should be highlighted nations are not the differences, but the points of contact between two countries, which we realize only through practical experiences, such as the need for communication at a given moment, which is fundamental in Erasmus Plus experience. The last word is memory. I chose it because we talk about it during the vision of movie Return. And we understood what it means feeling out of place, a common emotion between immigrant people who then try to hide their origins. We discussed and we talked about hospitality and acceptance. We talked that the origins are a part of us, so people have to accept the differences of the others, not thinking that they must change it. So now I want to finish with an African proverb that puts together all these concepts. Alone, you go faster. Together, you go farther.
Only in the short term. Liceo Gambara sono tornati Liceo Gambara, Chiara Costa, Liceo Gambara e Francesco Stefano. Liceo Gambara. Grazie.
Friends, really proud of you. Good, welcome. So I'm going to invite Tenerife Mobility. Okay. Yes, what's the matter? What's the matter? Okay, I don't remember how to delete my. Okay, we will do later. Thank you. So, Tenerife, who is speaking Francesca? Who is speaking for Mark? So, yeah, okay. So, please, while Malaka is looking for the video, can some of you, yes, speak about mobility? Francesca, please.
So we did a mobility in Tenerife, and we will show you a short video that there later we do a presentation. And we are only 5 because our main classmate is missing because he is sick. But
No, sto cagando tutte le cose. Ok. Siamo uguali. So I'm interrupting because she didn't share the screen. So I will. No. So you have to select your video. Where is it? And then share.
Okay.
Okay. No.
No, hai sbagliato quello di Villa Rubia.
Ah, ok. Allora, tu. Ok.
Dovete devo schiacciare qua. Sì.
Yes. Okay. Yes, from the beginning. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So that was a brief summary of the activities. As you probably read, the students were interviewed for the web radio of IES Valle de Guerra, and Kevin Guerriero, who is the student who is ill at the moment, was interviewed together with Malak Rav. Kevin is from Liceo Gambara, Malak from Liceo Leonardo. They were both interviewed, and the interview was put together with some photos, with a slideshow. And now Malak will connect. Yes, the presentation. So the podcast will be sent with the other materials to all the ones who are listening, who participate from different countries, and to the ones who are participating here in the Aula Magna of Liceo Gambara. So, I will leave I will prepare a drive folder together with the recording and the interview. I'm seeing Mrs. Airo. Welcome. Are your students ready to? Yes, okay. So while Malak is looking for the interview, you could introduce. It's not on the program. Please, Mrs. Airo and your students, please, you are welcome. This is an extra. It was not written on the program, and I thank you so much for your work and for your experience. And so I did work to a colleague, an English teacher, Anna Airo.
Hello, everybody. So, yeah. So the thing that we're going to show you is a notebook, and the students wrote about their school trip to Strasbourg and Fribourg, and they will tell you about their school trip, which was quite fun, right? Okay. Alice and Sarah. While she's looking, you can speak and introduce yourself.
Okay, so our first stop of our school trip was Strasbourg, and we focused the trip in the visit of Marmande, that is in Strasbourg, and we visited to experience the life of a member of the parliament for one day. We were actually engaged in a role play game where we had the opportunity to work like members of the parliament, and we discussed on new laws, and we were divided for political groups with different ideas, and we have made alliances and draft a new law. We also had the amazing opportunity to attend a plenary session in the parliament, and the parliamentarians were talking about driver's licenses, and it was really an interesting opportunity to attend it. We also took a tour of the city of Strasbourg, and we had a personal guide that told us a lot of fun facts about the city, and he showed us the beautiful cathedral. And we also
we need to share.
Okay.
Yes.
We need to share the.
Yeah, we
You
need
have
to share
to
the
choose. Yes. because they are seeing that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ones
yeah.
are connected.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so this is the some pictures we took at the event during the role play game and plenary session.
Okay.
So we went to cinema, second part of June, production that is Villarrubia, maker of other cinematic success such as Arrival. And through this movie, we can see how technologically superior studying houses are harvesting the material and also enslaving the population and also using the precious resources for their own benefits and instead of improving life conditions. And then on the morning of February 29th, we left for Freiburg, but we stopped in Colmar for a few hours. First of all, we visited St. Martin's Cathedral, and then we took the city by a tourist train. And yes, this is the city of Colmar. And then in the evening, we arrived in Hamburg, and the next day, the history and also the city, and thanks to our guide that was in Italian. And these are some pictures of the city of Hamburg.
And Volvo? Can we think about Volvo?
So after the visit of Freiburg, we went a very peculiar neighborhood called Band, and it's actually a very different neighborhood because it has a lot of very eco-friendly approach, and all the population is really it's really concerned about sustainability. So we saw a lot of passive houses, which are houses that consume and produce the same amount of energy. We saw that a lot of people only use bikes and don't have cars, and it was really different from what we are from what we see every day because there are no cars, only bikes, and so it was really interesting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was the word of the fifth D. Can you say it again?
Yes. This was the deliverable that's Pinta D, that is to say 5D, the linguistico, language school, produced after our school trip. And the last neighborhood that we was visited especially because we are trying to produce a short movie. And this morning we were at Parco dell'Acqua to film some scenes, and we had a lot of fun. I can tell you. Okay, so Parco dell'Acqua is a very interesting place, especially if you're interested in green issues and sustainability. And so if this afternoon you have the chance to spend some time there, you see that you have a lot of opportunities to experience new things about being eco-friendly. Okay. Okay, thank you very much indeed, and have fun this afternoon.
Please come. Okay. No, it's a one. So, okay. Let's go. I have to share the screen first. Okay. Around the page. What is this one? Okay. Okay. So. When the radio interview, we only hear a bit the beginning, okay?
Bienvenidos, chicos. Vamos a entrevistar al alumnado de...
No, hai tolto. No.
Bienvenidos, chicos. Vamos a entrevistar al alumnado de Erasmus de Italia. ¿Qué tal ha sido tu estancia aquí? ¿Has hecho alguna actividad fuera del horario escolar con tus compañeros de clase de aquí?
Sí, bueno, hasta ahora mi estancia ha sido muy buena. Ayer fui también al museo, entonces fuera del horario escolar fui al museo con Rafa, que es mi correspondiente aquí, y fuimos a ver un poco las exposiciones del Museo de Ciencias en La Laguna y me pareció muy bueno.
¿Qué tal les pareció el pueblo de Valle de Guerra? Me pareció muy amable y todos son...
So that was the beginning. You heard the voice of the students who is ill. So it was the guide of the group, we could say. Would you like to present something else? Saying to the group of Tenerife? Yes, come please. Francesca Pini, Liceo Gambara, 4B is about project. Thank you. So we did a presentation. You have to share the screen. Okay. First. Okay. Here. Poi si vede questo. So, as we said, we did mobility student, and I have to say that we have divided this presentation according to the goals. So I start with goal number 3, sustainability and well-being. So Tenerife is a volcanic island located in the Atlantic Ocean, which was born 12 million years ago, and later it was shaped to its current configuration thanks to volcanic eruptions. Nowadays, we have to go on, Francesca. Nowadays, the executive results uneven and steep, and dominated by the island Monteide. Monteide is an active volcano at 3,715 meters above sea level, which coincides with the highest peak in Spain. We did an excursion inside the national park, and we could see a unique and majestic landscape. However, we noticed that there was a vast area which was burnt because of a devastating fire which occurred in August 2023. The hot arid weather
So this is the landscape of the island, and this is Monteide. The hot air weather spread the flames very quickly, and as a matter of fact, change has had a great impact on the island of Tenerife. In fact, it provoked the reduction of rainfall, the presence of hot and dry winds, and the increase of forest fires. So this variation in atmospheric conditions has also influenced the agriculture of the island. And in fact, we can see less cultivated fields, and the people prefer to dedicate themselves to the activities of the tertiary sector, so to tourism, which now represents the main source of profit of the island. In this way, the inhabitants of the island are using the tradition of their ancestors, and they are becoming dependent on other countries, on the importations of other countries, for example, Morocco. For this reason, the Spanish teacher that we met during our stay explained us the importance of teaching to new generations how to remain self-sufficient and sustainable. For example, by growing a personal vegetable garden like they do in their school, we can see in the photo. And in this way, they can reduce the pollution derived from the transportation of products.
Tommaso Beni, Leonardo, and
I will talk to you about the five as the mediation as a solution for conflict. In all the classes of the Institute ESA Villarrubia of Tenerife, it's present the figure of a mediator, a student with the skill with helping his classmates resolving any conflicts that might arise among them. Every year, the students vote to elect a mediator who then has to participate to preparatory courses to best fulfill his role and help as well as can his classmates. But when he does come to play, whenever there is an issue, parties involved can go to the mediator and ask for help. The first thing that the mediator will do is go to talk with the parties and so he can understand the situation and the different perspective of both parties. After that, with the help of other mediation and appointed teacher, he will try to present present a possible solution that does not involve conflict and is a compromise. Right? Okay, and they will continue to do it till the solution. There is also a weekly appointment where all the mediation of all the classes meet and talk about how the week has gone and how and to help. I would like to focus a little bit on the tide again, because in every island of Canarian there are volcanoes, and it's interesting to note how the population the population has adapted and accepted the situation where they live. Accepting the problem and utilizing it in the right way, even becoming a resource, while being aware of the risk involved, is, in my view, a successful example of mediation and compromise. Everyone has accepted this the problem. Even the flora and the fauna of the island have adapted, becoming extremely resistant. For example, at the sudden changes in temperature following eruption, which can raise the temperature of several degrees within a day. During our visit, we drove the forest that was victim of an insect. Okay, a fire. Forest fires are in Canarian Island. But interesting thing to notice is that even the trees were burned outside, in the inner straits were still alive and destined to spread again. For all this, I believe that the Canarian Island, with other animal and plant, are strong symbol of resilience and an example of correct problem solving.
So, goal number 6 was promotion and promotion of creativity in artistic, culture, musical fields. We went to visit in Santa Cruz, that is the capital of the city, the Casa del Carnaval, that shows and tell the most important moments for the carnival. Santa Cruz in the month of February is filled with color, music, and traditions. Days and nights of celebration continue until March Day, when the Santa Cruz Festival officially closes. It is a cultural festival that not even a historian can tell us when it dates back. And the streets are filled with people wearing traditional clothes, and everyone brings a typical food, such as quesillo, gofio, papas, and costilla. The people on the island still keep many traditions from disappearing, such as pintaderas, that are these I don't know, symbols that protect the families. They still make them and hang them in the house. The festival opens with a drag queen's show and music. The queen's costume are extravagant and full of colors. They're mainly made of plastic and polystyrene, so they don't weigh too much. And the festival gained even more importance after the appearance of the Irish band U2 in 1991, when they showed Queen Santa Cruz on the 9th of February. These are some typical dishes that we tried, such as the last one is the
Okay, are we ready? Okay. Okay, so I only wanted to thank the group. So, no, Mark and Rob, they made the video, so we are all very thankful to her beautiful video. Francesca Pini, please come. Joanna Nederico, Tommaso Rabeni, and Giorgia Member. Giorgia Member from Liceo Gambara, Tommaso Liceo Leonardo, Music High School, Liceo Gambara, Language High School, Liceo Gambara, Language High School, Liceo Leonardo. I wanted to underline these things because the group are very complex. The consortium has a rich complexity in 8 schools, in which are also middle schools. Mrs. Elisabetta Serina
For example, we are invited to come here to present an exhibition, comes from a middle school. Please, Elisabetta. Middle school, IC Castrezzato, which is near Brescia. So thank you so much, and applause to Jennifer. Thank you for doing. So thank you so much. I invite the Hermannsburg group here, and I explain why I call Elisabetta Serina, because she was with me last year in München, Dachau, and we organized a photo exhibition of the campus. The same we did for Dermesen, which is some kilometers from Hermannsburg. I didn't come und ja, und vielleicht auch den Austausch von Seite der Lehrerinnen erklären. So, as we already said previously, we are welcoming from this really is the last we are going to present today. Was the sentiment and to introduce who is the teacher in charge of Thank you so much.
That's it. Yes, yeah. I'm Leonardo. I'm a Latin history teacher from Liceo in Hermannsburg, where the Italian students were in December 2023. And we made a lot of, they made a lot of experience together with the teachers. Already the very and
yes,
Nova at the company EEV. It's Müllverbrennungsanlagen from Germany. But it's
yes. Okay. Okay. Is it? Yes. So, thank you so much. Colleague Babit? Okay.
So German students, Ismail is already the break, but I invited voice of the group, and then I give word to the Italian. Ismail, would you like to come briefly? Only to see your, say something about your day in impression. Here's your impression.
Oh, now when you are here, it's all very Italian. So yes, what's more, sorry, that's Germany, and I mean all is very beautiful. Also, that's all.
Thank you so much. So, the description of the exhibition is said previously with Elisabetta Serina about the exhibition of last year. And I can see here the students from previous Ichikaza, who is a student of Copernic, which is not associated, but she
she wanted to join the group today to explain something about the experience of last year, and then I will give you one. Eniola, please.
So last year we went to Monaco and in the 19th to the 19th to the 34th of March. We were 3 students from the IT hospital. Then the other students were from the Liceo Gambara and others. So this is transport. Now, we was good. And then the other places were the city church. We visited the city site, and the last day we went to Dakar. And we went to when we come back we made the exhibition with our focus.
Okay, exactly. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for so, I took part in this mobility experience and speed the definition of pictures that the students took down. So they choose the most impressive, important pictures selected, then they wrote a comment, and people recorded the custom, so that it was to listen to their voice. And the students in Hermannsburg did the same, so they took pictures during their visit in Bergen.
Yeah.
Okay, and I had to tell them to do this exhibition also pictures.
Okay. I think I no, I didn't bring right. So 6 photos and exhibition. The exhibition was shown yesterday at the Liceo Leonardo, and I thank the teachers of Liceo Leonardo and the parents of Liceo for helping. So, and the exhibition will be kept here at the Liceo Gambara for the whole year, so until the end of June. Alessia Conciti is going to introduce Bergen-Belsen camp. Please, Alessia Conciti attends the 5A Language High School, Liceo Gambara.
Okay, now I'm going to present Bergen-Belsen. During the Executive Day, we visited Bergen-Belsen as the most concentration camp that stood out for the number of people killed during the Second World War in the Czech period. Originally, it was which was then abandoned and transferred into barracks. Later, in 1941, Russian prisoners of war were also here, who were decimated by a terrible typhus epidemic. In 1943, Bergen-Belsen became a real concentration camp with the advent of the SS, who took care of around 500 deportees transferred from Stuttgart or Buchenwald. Then these two were replaced by other 70 unfit for war, who were left to die of hunger and starvation. With the occupation of Hungary in 1944, 1,000 Hungarian Jews who passed well-lived abroad were brought up here with the idea of exchanging them to the German prisoners of war who were in the hands of the but since the project never spoke up, in the meantime, given the military situation from the other lagers were sent to Bergen-Belsen. increasingly frequent transport of deportees, especially women who arrived in this critical condition. It was necessary to house them temporarily in large tents which were then built. For example, underground progressively was replaced by wooden sheds. The hygienic and living conditions were unsustainable, especially when a typhus epidemic broke out again, which could not be controlled. From February, okay. From February 1945 to March of the same year, like 25,000 deportees died. Another 20,000 were no longer in a condition to stay, even after the liberation of the camp, which took place on April 1945.
Okay, let's see some photos. So please. So yes. So then the ones for connecting can see the photos. Please, Gabriele, can you show you? Okay. Yes, you have to stay close here. Okay, yes. Which one? Which one? Who took this photo? Who took this photo? Yes, please come, Claudia. And where is the microphone? Alessia has. Describe your photo.
Okay, so this is, by how you can see in the photo, this looks like just like a normal wall made out of stones with just a bunch of glass and numbers. But it actually has a really particular meaning. In fact, this wall remembers about all the victims of the Holocaust, like the Jewish, the critical opponents, and the homosexuals, the disabled, that were all deported in the concentration camp.
Okay, thank you. And another one, another picture. Jana? Okay.
This photo talk about during some region here being liberated from the Ukraine, and this the Ukraine were be integral part of the mass deportation system during the second World War, transporting the young people to concentration camp. And
yes, you have free QR code because that's a third language.
Yeah.
Can you say something in this third language, Jana?
Okay.
Yes, 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 Russian. Yes, please.
Как мы можем видеть на этой фотографии, люди, которые были освобождены из поезда смерти, которые отвозили их на концентрированные места, где их потом убивали. И поэтому мы можем увидеть на лицах людей боль и печаль. Также нам видно, что они стали свободны, и они очень рады.
Yes, it is global citizenship. I mean, yes, you, Jana. So, little time. Yes, we have already spoken about it. So, what's up now? The next. EEB, okay? EEB, please. You have to share your presentation. Yes.
So which one? Please. Okay. So as I said, you will receive the whole materials, videos, ebook, e-magazine, and Google presentation. I think you could speak before showing your presentation, okay?
Oh, what?
Yes, about ADD. So you speak, then we will begin with text, with the written text is my.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then please, can you say your name and the institute? Very good.
Hi, I'm Ricardo today of the Instituto Loretta. We talk about the Hannover. So during the school exchange, we visited the Hannover, which is a waste generation plant, and this the innovative coordinated waste process methods and he reached electricity and heating for the region, and also Canada as testing ground for carbon dioxide processing. And when we go here, they showed us a film about and talk about how it worked. And we
So
close to the for the mic.
okay, so the facility had 13 floors and in height of 41 meters. From the roof, so we can hear this. We were on the roof, and you have a very spectacular view to the surrounding, and you also are able to see Hanover. After our visit on the roof, we were able to have a look on the steam drum. The steam drum use the natural circulation process to separate the liquid water from the steam. The steam is used. The steam came from the combustion chamber and is used for the generation of electricity. And turbine convert kinetic energy into electricity, and yes, that's how the facility is producing electricity for Hanover and the surrounding cities and villages.
So in conclusion, as an institute who study and work with new technology and different kind of science really linked to the environment, we wanted to share with you our very interested in these kind of topics, and it is organized for Thursday for the students to visit our institute here in Brescia. So we were very happy to visit that in Germany, and we are more happy to let you know how much we care about this. So thank you.
Anything else? Exactly, and what's inside? Okay, the first day, isn't it? You have dovresti averla ancora. Help me. You can speak, Sarah. Okay? Yes, yes.
So the first day of
Dove era questo disseminazioni?
Portici su tenti
Sempre la posta. Me l'avete spiegata?
Sì, Sara che la scrive. E questa? In giù, eccola.
No. Ok, adesso devi chiudere.
So our center, for example, one of previous practice that the use of social media. It was very interesting because the words were beautiful and engaging. In every sense, there was endless activities and some guys was very. So it was a great experience.
So the school was founded in 1817 by Pastor Christian Harms, and in the school there are more than 1,000 students and 80 teachers. And in the morning we did a tour of the school, and then we attended a fair about the problems of the 21st century. And in the afternoon we had the opportunity to take part to a math lesson.
So, we have very little time. Yes? Please.
Okay. As you know, Erasmus da he can send and thanks to this day, we improved the goal number 2, so the construction of the center. Each person meets their own identity by on their service in the relation amongst the others. And I think this exposition has helped many of us to build the center by having a more concepts.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I will invite Grammenos Mastrojeni. You can go back to your seats. Thank you so much. For a brief conclusion, reflections, debriefing, we would I'd like to have more time on Grammenos. I'm speaking, but it was hard to organize the 4 disseminations. The students were very good, but they had a lot of materials. So we will present this dissemination in October during the Erasmus Days 2024. And you will receive all per email. We'll see it on the site of Liceo Gambara. So, Grammenos, your reflections.
Wow, my reflections. I think it was pretty much. So, the second about my reflections, one of the things that come to me in my mind, we won't talk about environment anymore. And I would like to ask some questions, which I think are more interesting.
We've been crossing each other. Sure. Cambridge. What thing oh, sorry.
Yes.
I didn't know. So let me see.
Yes, the ones who are listening from our countries.
Okay.
Yes.
From my own life, I was born close by Milan. My mother is Greek, my father is Norwegian. I lived in 11 countries. This is probably what's going to happen to you because jobs are becoming more and more like this, and we really need to go around. So, anyway, so what is the best take of having met people who belong to different systems, different cultures? Did it change anything besides, producing some words here that might help you get a better grade at school or this kind of things? Did it change anything deeply? Sure. You are the icebreaker, so
I think here they were class, different classes.
So of course, this will change many aspects of my life because yes, just like you say, the intercultural communication is very important in our times, and I think the world will change in our lifetime. Places and countries will come closer together, and there will be more more projects that the countries will make together, and for also for environment, because whole the whole world has to change, as just like as I said, and that will be not a change from one country or one city. That will be a change without any countries and without any Grenzen.
Boundaries.
Boundaries, yes, without any boundaries. So yes, and I personally hope that I will be a part of that in the future. So yes, that's why it's important for me. I want to be a part of that change, and I think I have to be.
Okay. We only have 5 minutes left. So let me share with you what I have taken. I have also been an exchange student. In my times, there was no Erasmus. We had other ways to go out. And when I was 16, I spent 1 year in a French school. And there are 3 things that marked me and actually made me decide to take the job I have and things like that. And so the first one is about prejudice. When we say prejudice, we have in mind a common opinion about another people, like all Italians are lazy. But this is not what I mean. When I say prejudice, is an evaluation that we give before having all the data to give this evaluation. And we might think that this is bad, but we need to use prejudice every day. Like, you don't touch an iron, the one that you use to iron shirts and clothes.
even though you don't know if it's hot. It's a prejudice, but it's useful. We need to use prejudice to be quick enough in life. If we only acted based on what we absolutely know, we would be paralyzed. So we need to make these evaluations without really knowing. Going abroad teaches us about the awareness of prejudice, because something happens, that is that you apply the common evaluation which are functional at home, and you discover that they don't work somewhere else. The important thing is to know that you have to use prejudice, because without prejudice you cannot be quick enough in life, but also to be conscious that what you're using is a judgment that can be corrected when you get in touch with the real world. Another thing I learned is about values. Values are the things we believe in. And we have a tendency, that is, to consider that our values are universal. What we believe in is what has to be believed in, no? Of course. And if you have the experience of getting in touch with people who belong to a different culture, you can discover something surprising. That is that in appearance, values are different. They change from one place to another. But in reality, the core values are the same. And this is very, very important to help us solve conflicts. There is an interesting example about Italian guys going to United States high schools. In Italy, if you're going through a test in class, society expects you to take the risk to help your companion who's not really succeeding in the test. So you would take the risk to be busted by the teacher, you too, because you help someone else copy. And this value is, we call loyalty. As it happens, Italian kids go to the United States schools. They're anxious to make friends. They're anxious to be appreciated. So first test in class, they struggle to make it visible that they are ready to help you, during the test, pass you hidden written notes. And then they're surprised, because as a result of this, they are refused by their schoolmates. Because in the United States, even young people expect you to be loyal to the school, to the community, and not to copy. So here there is a conflict, Each call each other with bad names. The Italian guys think that their American companion are traitors. The American guys think that the Italian is cheating, and here you have a conflict. But then if you take one step back and you reflect, what were the two guys applying? It's the same value, which is loyalty, except that in one group, loyalty is mainly to your schoolmate. In the other group, loyalty is mainly to the community. Once you understand that it's the same value applied in different forms, there is still a conflict to solve, but it's different. It's a conflict about how you conceive loyalty. And it's different from saying you're treacherous, you're a cheater. So if you have the opportunity to look around during this experience and see this difference and try to understand that basically we are all the same. We express the same values in different ways, but we are the same. We believe in the same things. The important things for us are the same. Then there is one third thing that I learned, which is the power of empathy Do you know what is empathy? It's a word which is used a lot, but it's always very useful when you go back to the roots of the words. The word empathy comes from Greek. Pathein is a Greek verb which means to feel. And en means from inside. Empathy is perceiving the situation from the point of view of the person that you have in front. It's a natural attitude. It's rooted in a circuitry of neurons, which is called mirror neurons. But not everybody shows it at the same degree. So, an advice, always try to be empathic. It means I don't really have all the means to see the world from your point of view because I don't know your experience. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what are your priorities. But just put yourself in an empathic attitude in front of someone who is different. Try. Probably you will not succeed. But the important thing is trying. Why? Because your empathic attitude is visible. Even if you don't show it, people perceive it. And what's the result? That if you're not empathic and you confront someone as you're different, and I am what I am, you're going to have an aggression. But if you become empathic, just as an exercise, you will not succeed in seeing the world from his point of view, but he will see or she will see that you're trying to. And then this person, if he or she tries to aggress you because you're different, will simply feel stupid in front of someone who is empathic, and you try to aggress them because of the difference, you just feel stupid. Now, who am I to, I've come here to talk about environment, and now I'm here talking about empathy, prejudice, value sets, and things like that. Well, I wanted to share personal experience, but as I hinted at the beginning, I became interested in environment because I was a mediator, and I mediated a conflict between Yanomami natives in the Amazon forest. And so my real profession, I am a negotiator. As this is what I really do. I negotiate environment, but it's an accent, but I am a negotiator. And I can tell you that in my work as a negotiator, the only things that have stayed valuable, useful, never failing me, were there's three things that I learned when I was an exchange student. So please value the luck that you have to be here. The Italian kids value the luck that you have to have spent some time close to Bordeaux or Germany or wherever you went. For us, it was a very rare gift. You have the possibility given to us by this strange machine called the European Union to have it as a common experience. But be aware of how lucky you are. Is this okay?
So I only want to thank. It's time to say goodbye, but I would like to invite a teacher for 2 minutes, Federica Campilongo, a science teacher, very involved in eTwinning project because we didn't show any pages of this platform, European platform, but I would like to underline the fact that the materials we presented today required a lot of work of the teachers too. For example, for Federica, please come here, come here. So she's a very, very good science. She's beloved by the students and by the colleagues. So only 2 words, Federica. Yeah. Niente, per fare science da
Hackathon. Oh, okay. I'm involved in the eTwinning project, art and science, and with my students, I organize a small laboratory experience with the microscopy, with the cells, bacteria, and also because I love my whole job. I am a biologist, and I try to portare.
Dipende da quello che dici
dopo,
bring my experience,
the love for my job.
and research, and for research, love for research.
Love for research.
Yes.
Thank you.
I thank you. So now, of course, said very lucky to experience Europe thanks to Erasmus Plus program. Thank you so much. All. Goodbye. Quindi saluto anche chi è connesso, ringrazio anche, vedo qualcuno dalla segreteria, interrompo la registrazione, troverete tutti i materiali in cartella Drive condivisa. Arrivederci, grazie preside.
Arrivederci, grazie a tutti, grazie a lei. Grazie molto, buona giornata.
Arrivederci, grazie a voi. Arrivederci.